we go. Alright, go with dashboard. Stream manager. Got stream info. Doom 2. Alright, there's that. Let's see if the post will. Let's see if the post will go through. Apparently it did, because I didn't get any errors or anything, and the logo went bye-bye. Alright. So good there. Gotta love it when things are going good. Hopefully it stays that way. Mm. Okay. Go here. I'm gonna check Discord and everything, because it's kind of like part of the routine at this point, you know, where it's like if I go live, I check Twitch on my phone, I check, my own streams, how everything's looking and sounding, and then I usually go to Discord, and check my bot and everything like that, which it's usually known to do its thing. Which is always good to see. Alright. Alright, everything seems to be good. You gotta love those kind of moments, am I right? But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. It's about close to a 4-minute mark anyway, but, we're gonna go ahead and just get things started. So, as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Roses here, and, welcome to a random little installment of, well, I would say Doom Mod Monday, but it's not Monday, it's Wednesday. So we're going to kind of call it a pre-Mod Monday type of thing, I guess. I don't know. But allow me to explain, like the whole situation as much as I can. So I was doing like some slight research on things. Like I was like checking the calendar, checking, like what day it's going to be for what day. And I found out that the 2v8 game mode for Dead by Daylight is going to be coming pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean it's going to be happening on Monday, which will be the 10th of this month. So, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I know exactly what I'm going to do for Monday, but what am I going to do for Wednesday? And I was kind of thinking to myself, well, I got a handful of new mods that I got on the Kexport and everything like that, so let me, just find one and, just go from there. And I kind of picked this one. So, so as you can see and everything. So, welcome to Spaceballs, the sequel. So, so let me just go to the thing. So, yeah, basically, coming to a source port near you from your world famous DBK is a brand new episode full of heart-stopping, space-scrapping, non-stop, total ball-popping action that will leave you hanging from the edge of your seat slash balls or balls slash seat. Streaming now on the reputable forums near you. Grab your popcorn and helmets and play it soon. So, basically, in a nutshell, this is a 10 map. This is a 10 map like mod. I want to say like maybe like a mini mod and everything. And it's called, like I said, it's called Spaceballs the sequel, and it's a DBK official, uploaded by Glenn Zenho DBK. So I'm pretty sure it's like someone who is in that, part of that whole community or whatever. Um, and the best way that I can really describe it is, well, it's space themed. Now, truth be told, I've never seen Spaceballs. Like, I never seen it. I never knew. I didn't quite know it was a thing, but I remember seeing like bits and pieces of it on the internet because sometimes people have used it for like random humor videos, like maybe like YouTube poops or something like that, or YTPs. Um, or sometimes people just like be talking about like one thing and then the whole time like they'll show like a Spaceballs clip thing from the movie or something like that. But overall, like I've never seen the full thing, but seeing the bits and pieces that I had, um, the one thing that kind of came to my mind was Star Wars is basically like this thing is like Star Wars, but what if it was like more of like a comedy thing instead of like a like an action event, like an action type thing or whatever the general the general thing is what people would say. Um, but yeah, like basically it's like a Star Wars type of theme thing, but more towards like the comedy aspects, I guess. Um, and yeah, that's all I can really say about that. Well, I mean, as far as like the movie itself, but I did kind of like take a little bit of a sneak peek into this mod, not a whole lot. So this is pretty much going to be a majority. It's still going to be a majority of a blind playthrough. But supposedly this was made around the time when the pandemic first started, or some damn near close to in that time era, I guess you can say. Um, so yeah, there's famous, it's pretty much made around that point in time. Never played it before, and never played this mod before, and I'm pretty curious to see how things are. And if I'm lucky, then maybe I might be able to play this in like one stream or something like that. Because as we saw, there's like basically 10 levels, but I know that the beginning and the ending are kind of like an intro and credits map thing as well. So, but yeah. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do things on normal terms where I do like my first playthrough on Hurt Me Plenty, and then probably in the future I'll do like an ultra violence or something like this, just to see if there's any slight differences. Alright. Okay, I just wanted to make sure like the music wasn't too like I wanted to make sure like the music wasn't overpowering like my voice or whatever. But hopefully, you know, like it's good in terms of like, the sound, like the volume and everything like that. So, yeah. But anyway, so this is first level. It's called Back at Gus's. For some reason, there's a Spaceballs thing when you try and look at the map. And yeah, got Gus's Galaxy Grill, which I guess is kind of like a sort of like outer space, like, diner or something like that. You got this big old thing right here. It's like a, what the fuck you call those things? It's pretty much like, it's like those, it's like those like mobile, it's like those like RV home looking things that, that you see sometimes people, use, especially like after traveling the world and having like a home away from home type of thing. But of course with this one, it's something that you can actually fly. But yeah, you can see I got the full view HUD because I figured, why not? This is pretty much about as far as you can go around here, but I don't know like what the deal was with that, but it kind of like I'm not gonna say like it freaked me out or whatever, but it's like it was kind of like a holy shit type of moment because it makes me think. At least just my opinion, but like looking at it and everything like that, it makes me think like it's like some sort of like a cacodemon boss or something like that. But I want to say, and it's just my 2 cents, but I think like I kind of want to say that like maybe like they may have done like some some random stuff with it, but yeah, you got the sad thing is, I wish you could be able to how like free look and all that. But yeah, from what I can tell, it looks like it's the backside of a cacodemon. It's got partial invisibility, spheres for the eyes, a rocket for the nose, and like plasma rifle balls for like a mouth, and of course it's got like a Darth Vader helmet type thing as well. So there's that. Over here, we got. I can only assume this is like either A, it's like the Millennium Falcon, or B, it's or B, it's like some sort of like knockoff version of it, to where it's like, oh, it's Spaceballs version of the ship itself. But yeah, so I figured. So yeah, now I figured I kind of like maybe show off the weapons, everything like that as well. So start from the fist. So, fist, hasn't really changed as far as I know. Still same sprite, still same, like speed and all that jazz. Chainsaw pretty much is like the Doom 64 chainsaw, but I don't think it's pretty much like it's just a sprite change. It doesn't really have like the fast sawing ability like the 64 version has. Of course, this is the pistol. Yeah, this is the pistol. I'm pretty much sure what being like a space thing. We got that. Got the shotgun. What looks like something from Star Wars itself. Like some sort of like blaster, but functions differently. I think like also it's got like a Doom hand sprite. Shotgun, pretty much. The SSG pretty much is like sort of unchanged, I guess. You know, sort of like so is an SSG, and everything like that. Still takes bullets, but you know, it has like a different look, has different firing sounds as well. So you know, there's that. You got the chain gun, of course. Instead of shooting like, you know, like bullets, I almost want to see like, kind of like a laser chain gun or something. Rocket launcher. You know, different sprite for the thing. Plasma rifle. You know, different sprite for it. Different sounds, different plasma balls as well. BFG is pretty much the same, except instead of a green plasma ball energy, instead of a green BFG ball, you get like a red one. And stuff, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so as you can see, there's a yellow key right here. You get this, and then you get this. Spaceballs, the sequel. Nerds rage across the internet as quarantine drags on. Boredom and insulation revive old Monolith. Disney kills Star Wars. No, the Mandalorian is actually pretty good. There are heroes on no sides. The way with the wise work until the great service to Swartz, fortunately, is paid for that, but he has his planet. And I did. What if all these brutalized said themselves to be a perfect time to create a Spaceballs video game? Never mention of the franchise. Okay, so it's going a little bit too fast for my liking, even though it's kind of like, see, I'm moving all this. So, okay, so to kind of sum it up from what I could gather, you know, reading it and everything beforehand. Like I said, it seemed like it was during the pandemic when I was you know really bad and everything. You know, like a lot of people were quarantined to be home and all that. I guess someone or some people, I guess like someone had like the idea of like making some in relation to like Spaceballs movie, possibly like making it into some sort of game. And then, so I guess like someone else was like, well, you know, it takes time and all this and that or whatever, but, and I guess like, you know, this guy had the idea of, oh, I get the Doom board, you know, community, DBK people, you know, we can be able to get together and, you know, make, you know, and we can go make this thing together, you know, I can use some random Star Wars stuff, and, you know, make like a Spaceballs game and all that, or a Spaceballs mod, so, yeah. What are you waiting for? Don't tell me you haven't found the secret yet. See, apparently that's what happens if you watch how it does like the normal intro. Now, from my knowledge, the secret it's talking about is behind the grill. It's behind this. So, I think apparently if you hit this, that little area is going to open up. We have boil inside. And you get... You basically get the shotgun of the mod. And with the yellow key in hand, you can be able to open this up, step to a teleporter, and entering hangar, take 2. Alright, so with every new level that we go into, I'm going to make a hard save, and then, as we go along. You know, probably make like this quick saving here and there. And just, you know, do it from there. Alright, so from here on out, it's pretty much going to be a blind experience. So, here we go. Then you got blue explosive barrels. Got some new sprites for it, some enemies. I'm going to assume this is a health pack, especially with the fact that there's a light colored cross on the thing. Okay, so these things are armor bonuses. And yeah, apparently instead of like green toxic slime, it's all blue. Okay, so that was a big med kit. Yeah, you definitely tell technically, you know, that this is like got a lot of like the Star Wars, you know, vibe to it and everything, but Mr. Radar, Mr. Copy. Okay.
You there, stop where you...
Ow. Okay, so these things are stim packs. Okay, space bugs apparently is armor bonuses. Okay, I know that's a Freedom. I know that's an enemy from Freedom.
You there, stop where you are.
Alright. Yeah, I'm hoping that you know this thing can be fully completed because I don't want to have the I don't want to have like the whole situation where it's like I'm playing a mod, it looks really good and everything like that, and all of a sudden I come to like a crossroads type of situation where it's like, it's this, that, and the other's not working, so guess that's the elevator thing for that.
You there.
Alright. Hmm. Shotgun shell pickups, for big ones. Hmm. Seems pretty much normal, but I think like they changed the shells. But I think like they might have changed they might have changed like the shells from being like red to green at most.
You there. Stop moving. Oh.
Damn it. I think I went to for got the med kit though.
Oh.
Okay, so Lost Souls are still Lost Souls, but they have but they have like a different coloring to them, different flame. The fuck? You look disgusting. This is where the other dude was. Hmm. This is right back at the beginning. Huh. So the creator's question is, have I hit my first roadblock? It's going to not allow me to pass. Or am I missing something? Okay, so think I'm probably going to have to look up a video. Because this seems like the only path that I can take that I haven't taken yet.
You're 7 feet tall. You are almost 500.
And I get hit with a short. YouTube short, that is. Hmm. Yeah, I apologize, if I'm kind of like stopping abruptly, because, it's just trying to figure out, like what the deal is with, this whole thing. Because, like I said, I kind of fear that, this thing, is not doing what it's supposed to. Curiouser. Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, there's dudes outside where the ships are. There's the button lowers down that elevator. Wait. Okay, we might have something. Let's go back out here. Okay, apparently there's kind of like a little, like, thing that you can go run on. Okay. Hmm. Oh, you're still there. Okay. Be up here. Okay, that hurts.
You better stop where you are.
That's funny. Oh man, I want that so badly. Oh my god, dude. Fucking bots, man. Yeah, I think they somehow like have sort of figured out the way of like, oh, then we know how to like, post our automated, spam message, so it shows up. You know what? I'm gonna just do this for the hell of it.
May the shorts be with you.
Oh. So.
May the shorts be with you.
There's that face again. Virgin alarm. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm kind of like my eyes feel like kind of heavy in a sense. If I could somehow get to like bat 5 or something, I think that might be where I think I might be where I stop, and then I'll probably do like and I'll probably do like the other half of the mod, maybe like tomorrow or something. Ow. Okay, so now we seem to know what so now I think we know what the chain gunners look like. Yeah, imagine if you actually were to like pair this up with like some sort of Star Wars gameplay mod and everything. I assume at most that you could probably like you could probably take like you could probably like add like a certain handful of like weapons mods, play around with this, because like maybe you could like change it up to say something more Star Wars like, or you can maybe have like one character from like a different thing being here.
May the Schwartz be with you!
Hmm.
Surrender immediately!
Where's that thing again? Ah. Alright, super shotgun. Yeah, I kind of hate to do this, but my eyes kind of like weighing me down. It feels like Mama Papa just had me just fall asleep on the stream and be out, for hours on end. Um, I will say though, I am liking the mod and everything, and I'm really curious to see like what the rest of the stuff's gonna be like. So yeah, I think probably what I'm gonna be doing is, well, for one, I think probably I'm gonna kind of like maybe take like a bit of a nap or something, get like a little bit, a little bit of rest and probably like whenever I like fully commit to getting up, I might do like a second stream type of thing where or where like I continue more of the mod or something. I don't know, but it's kind of like a planned idea for right now. I know this is my 2 day slow week of streaming as well, so like I could just worry about some other stuff tomorrow. But like I don't know, cause I got lots of ideas, and things like that. So kind of have to wait and see. But I will say that was like a nice little stopping point. I think we got a few levels in. Got some weapon, a few weapons and all that. So yeah. Um, Now, normally I would set up to do a raid, but I think I'm not going to do a raid for today because like I said, like my eyes are heavy, getting pretty tired and everything like that. So after I end, I'm going to I'm going to just hit the hay for a little bit, see what happens. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream nonetheless, though, even if it was a bit short. I mean, I know it's almost about like an hour's worth or so, but I know like, it's a little bit shorter than what I would normally do. Um, but yeah, if I mean, we're here and all that, and you stuck through everything, just want you to know I appreciate you. I mean, like I really do, and I just want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Um, but I'm not gonna do my full outro or anything like that, but until I see you guys in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.